Hey there everybody, this is Lee with Creative Two-Time Mom, and this video is going to be a September and October homeschool favorites. So this video is part of a collaboration that is hosted by FullTimeWifeLife. Every month she does a collaboration of YouTubers and bloggers where we put up videos and posts about our favorite homeschool items of the month. Now I missed September, so I wanted to make sure that I got a video in before the end of October. It just seems like with the new homeschool year, you know how it is. It's getting into that routine. And especially September and October around here are really, really busy for us because my son does swim and he does fall ball. So you can see one of my favorites already, my Crockpot behind me. If you haven't caught my Crockpot video from earlier this month, I will link it down below. I did a Crockpot video about a lasagna soup recipe. And especially in September and October, my Crockpot is my friend because getting back into that routine of doing school plus him doing 2 sports, and it seems like probably 4 out of 5 of the weeknights we are out of the house. So that has definitely been a homeschool favorite for sure. I have a stack of things here I want to share with you that are a little bit more school related. We have been loving our library, and I think I've finally figured out how to really utilize my library this year. It's always been something that we have used to supplement our homeschool, but now I'm really getting into the routine of, okay, how do I search for different resources that I didn't realize were there before? What's the best way to search for them? And just getting things put on hold for myself ahead of time as different subjects are coming up. So let me share with you some of the things we got. We've been using Janice Van Cleve's Physics for Every Kid. We are doing physics with my 4th grader and my 6th grader this fall. The experiments in here, I don't know if I've done a video on this or not yet. I may have because we are enjoying this so much. The experiments in here are super easy to do. You can find everyday household items. They're not super expensive. You're not going everywhere all over town looking for things. And it explains the how and the why of everything, because sometimes when I get into an experiment and it works and it's spectacular and we want to know why, I don't always know why. So the best thing about this book is that it really plainly explains why the experiment worked. Even sometimes in a textbook, I can't get the why. So this is a great one. If you can get your hands on this, I have seen it used at a lot of different homeschool conventions or groups that you can go into, or check out your library. That's where I got mine. The other one is this perfect pumpkin pie. I checked out a bunch of pumpkin books for the month of October to go through with my kindergartner, and I first started to read this and it kind of freaked me out because the main character dies and he comes back as a ghost. So in the beginning I was like, oh, why am I reading this to my 5-year-old? But the more we read it, it is so funny. It's absolutely hilarious, and he loves the humor in it, and it's very sophisticated humor in my opinion. I don't know, maybe my opinion of humor has just gone down, but it's very funny. The guy comes back, he refuses to pass on until he has the perfect pumpkin pie, and so he haunts this house with the family who has bought his house until they make him the perfect pumpkin pie. Very, very funny. The other book I have, I didn't get this one from the library. I got this one from Usborne, and actually I borrowed it from my sister-in-law. It's Look Inside Your Body. Now with my kindergartner, we have been doing the human body, and there is so much information in here all about digestion, which he knows quite a bit about now, about nutrition, about your heart and your lungs and your bones and your muscles, and there's tons of lift-a-flaps in this book. Your brain, your 5 senses, how you can use different tricks to trick your brain. That was a fun one. Oh, there's the senses. Growing, healing, body facts. How much was this originally? $15, and in my opinion, very well worth the price. I used it with my kindergartner, but I could see my older kids learning quite a bit from this book as well. So probably on up to about 4th grade. I'm sure you would need to supplement a little bit more as you go, but this is a great foundation, and I would definitely pick this up if I didn't have a sister-in-law to borrow it from. The next thing I have is morning memorization. Now, this is not a new tool. This is not reinventing the wheel for many of you out there. It's actually something good homeschoolers do. But it's been one of those things that I have always thought, okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to plan ahead. And somehow it's just always fallen by the wayside. We've never really memorized scripture. We've memorized a few poems. Not a whole lot. This year I decided I was going to really do it, and so inside of our chapter book that we read in the morning, I keep all of our scripture verses to memorize. Now, the other thing good homeschoolers would do would be to put this on a 3-ring, like a key ring. I haven't done that yet. For the most part, it's all kinds of things that the kids are learning, and we're learning them together. I started out the year with scripture verse, a couple of scripture verses, and as we've gone on, I've added other things as well. Let me share with you. Okay, my oldest is struggling with order of operations, so we are all learning, all of us, even down to the kindergartner, order of operations. Does he know what exponents are? Not yet, but by the time he gets to 6th grade, he's going to know order of operations. Same thing with, I cannot find the one I'm looking for. Oh, here it is. The crust's elements, the Earth's crust. I put the percentages on there. I didn't make them memorize that, but I did want them to memorize it in order. So we have all learned the elements of the Earth's crust. We have all learned several scripture verses. I picked up a poetry book for fall and winter. We've all learned 2 different poems. And right now we are working on 2 different things. Perimeter, area, and volume, which again, my kindergartner does not need to know, but by the time he gets 4th grade, he will know very solidly how to do that. And this is him, range, median, and mode. This is a tough one for me. In my mid-30s, I'm still struggling with this one. So it's been a great review for me to do every morning as well. Scripture memorization. That's it. We've done 4 scriptures, 2 poems, tons of math facts, tons of some science stuff mixed in there too, so I try to keep it fresh. It's not always a scripture verse. The next thing might be a math fact or elements of the Earth's crust. I'm really proud of us. They have done a ton of work this year, and this has been a great addition to our morning routine. The last thing I have, which should not be a surprise for any of you out there, and that is our National Parks Pass. We have 2 national parks that are close to us. You guys see us hiking all the time, going to the lake, going up to the volcanoes. But in the summer, which is when most people want to do that kind of stuff, it is way too hot here. It's just crazy, crazy hot. So in the fall, particularly in September, October, we have been spending a lot of time outdoors. The rain is starting to hit this week, so we're trying to squeeze in as much fun as we can. Our National Parks Pass has been a huge benefit to our homeschool. I feel like we learn something new every time we get out there and get into nature. My kids are definitely not nature deprived or deficient. They are learning stuff new all the time, and they're asking me questions all the time, so we come home and Google it just because I saw it out in nature. So I would definitely recommend, if you are near a national park, get one of these passes and use it. You will love it. Get outside, get outdoors. Your kids will have such a great time. That is our September and October favorites. I know this video is kind of long, so thank you for hanging in there with me. I will link up Full-Time Wife Life's collaboration down below so you can check out the other videos, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.